Hi, and today we're going to be looking at my war hits. It's JaValhalla versus Warrior Den. And thank you for tuning in. Maybe it's not the most riveting topic, and we're going to be here for a while. I didn't actually manage to record the audio when I was doing the hits themselves, so this is me commenting on them after the fact. And this was my first battle. So I had my pick of characters. I'm mostly going to be talking about the team selection because I didn't really pause during the battles themselves for an adequate kind of explanation of what I'm doing. But I'm guessing the more experienced players are able to figure that out anyway, so feel free to just mute me and watch me in silence if that is actually better for you. But for this team, when I see Nefra and Martin together, that's always a concern. I think these two have a great synergy, and they're both yellow, so they gain mana together. I don't like this one, and I would normally actually try to kill Nefra first, but you can see that this team was faster than me. There was also a swamp, so Nefra was able to get her Soul Link on Martin, and Martin has his taunt up. I did manage to put some War Machines on Nefra nevertheless, but it's difficult. What was really satisfying there was because I had Reflect, Nefra actually suicided herself on the tile attacks. It was really nice. I didn't really think of that. That wasn't my reason to bring Tessix for this battle. I was more thinking that because there's Sophia and Kitioko, which both debuff, since Nefra and Martin are gonna keep me busy, then I'm going to need to withstand those debuffs. And Tessix was a great choice because I know that Kitioko will target him unless Alexander has taunt, and that basically protects my Freya. I also bring Alexander because he's the person I love to bring when I'm facing Sophia. I know that my Alexander is very tanky and he can take a couple of specials from Sophia head on, so that's why I brought him. And finally, I wanted an effective sniper to deal with both Sophia and Kitioko. Therefore, it had to be blue, preferably. And I also wanted some extra capability to basically nullify Nefra or Martin. My choices were basically a Dispeller or a crowd control hero. I went with Freya because she's more tanky than my alternative, who would have been Cyril. I wasn't really sure that Cyril would have withstood what could have been a pretty lengthy battle, because these are potentially very tanky heroes. So that's why I brought Freya, and I think she does a great job wherever I bring her. So I really love Freya. So we're just gonna see how they do. I've got rid of the yellows, so for these two it's just a matter of crowd control, freezing the one that's coming up next, and trying to do tile damage on the one that is frozen or is yet to come. And you're gonna see Sophia hit Alexander now, and yeah, so he survives that pretty well, even with the damage boost. So that was it, battle 1. Now we go on to the second one. And this time I'm thinking about speed a lot more, because for the first battle I didn't go first, and that could have been very dangerous. This time I brought Maharold for speed lead, and I know he's fast. I know that my Enola is pretty fast as well. And the idea of this team is I want blues to go against Akuma and Sophia. I also know that Andro, or I don't know how you pronounce his name, this purple guy, he does stun. He's like a mini Freya. And I want to be really careful of him. So my plan was to take him out first. Although here you see that I take Akuma out first, because I'm seeing that I didn't manage to stun anyone with catapults. So my best bet would be to try to get rid of Akuma and run down his 9 turns when his allies are having their turns. So going back to Akuma and Sophia, they're reds, so I want to bring blues. Sorry for all the notifications. I'm very popular sometimes. So I'm bringing Maharold, who is going to do most of the tile damage. Inula is there to do a little bit of tile damage, but more importantly, because she's blue, she's not going to get targeted. And Nika is quite strong, so I was hopeful that she could take the beating. And I think that did work out. You see that the disadvantage of this strategy is I'm going to be taking blues against Cassia. But if I look at this team, there's no one who's really going to give Cassia her buffs. So she's not going to do maximum damage. And I was hopeful that because I was fast, I would actually be able to get Inola going and thereby kind of prevent Cassia from going off at all. So here I am killing purple guy, Andro, according to my original plan. And I actually possibly should have put sleep on Akuma first before I killed him. It's always good to, just in general, it's always good to try to get the tiles to put the next hero to sleep so that you can just skip their turns. Here I'm targeting Cassia because she's the one who wasn't put to sleep. So this is basically the same situation as the previous battle. using crowd control to basically suppress the enemy team. I really love this technique. That's why you see me reaching for it twice in a row. And the only thing to be careful with Akuma is if you do tile damage on him while he has invincibility, he's basically not going to die because he's invincible. So that's why you see me switching to Sophia just then. But I think, at this point in the battle, it's pretty clear that I'm going to win as long as I don't mess it up. There is a little bit of a danger here because when Akuma is the last hero, there is a chance that he's going to do a lot of tile damage. But luckily he just had that one turn. And that was battle 2. The third one, I'm going up against a rare team, and I saw that there's one main damage dealer, which is, I think her name is Rajana or Rayana, I don't know how to pronounce it, the green one. So my idea is I'm gonna kill her. Didn't bring heavy war machines because if I bring 3 heroes to a battle, that means I'm doing more battles, right? And I need to save up my war machines a little bit. So I didn't go all out on the battering rams here. I brought Yastira, who I have really fast, and I think even though there was a swamp this time, did manage to get the second turn, which is really nice. I brought Ketra and Gorak, who are strong hitters for me. I don't have a lot of rares. These are good ones for me. Neighbors are having fun. So Ketra is obviously there so that she can kill the green girl. Gorak is there to kill Emmet. And I am rather hoping that between them they can also take out the other 2. This is really nail-biter territory because having 2 heroes with heal block on them, no cleanser, no healer, is quite nervy. And with Gorak, with his HP so low, so my dilemma here is there are really no reds for me, and I'm just trying to I was betting that I could take out Emmet, so I didn't mind leaving lots of yellow tiles on the board. kind of disadvantage with this, but it worked out for me, is that I think his name is Yon, the blue guy, and Richard. They both targeted Ketra. It worked out well here because possibly if they had gone for Gorak, he would have died, even if one of them had gone for Gorak. But the flip side of it, or the risk that I took, was that they could kill Ketra, which they've just done. And in fact, this is a loss. But I think 2 heroes out of 4, it's not bad. So we're going again to battle 4, and wow, I'm running into a lot of swamps. This is the team that I'm bringing 4 heroes to, because I really hate that Nefra Alexander combination. I know Zarkon, it can be a troublemaker, and Sophia is hitting with defense, so she's usually tanky. I don't know how this person has built her, but there's always a chance that she's very tanky, and I don't want to underestimate the opponent and die this time, because there is a very real chance that I'm not just going to die, I'm going to die without making a dent on the enemy. And so I've brought Sigil here for speed lead, and she also cleanses, which is great against Zarkon and Sophia. I have decided to draw Sophia with a yellow hero because I used Alexander last time. So he's red, so sorry, a red taunt hero. He's red, so Sophia will do kind of neutral damage against him, which is fine. I brought Mrs. Claus to remove Soul Link from Nefra if she doesn't get taken down by War Machines, and also Taunt from Alexander, because I wanted to bring someone who could take care of Sophia. This was really a dilemma, having Sophia and Alexander on the same team, but I decided to bring Cyril. The other option would have been a red damage dealer, but I don't have a Sophia myself. I don't really have any big reds yet, so I decided to go for blue, and if I went for blue, then I needed status removal to get that taunt off Alexander so that I could target Sophia. This itself is also very much of a nail biter, because if you look at Cyril's health, and anyone who owns Cyril knows how squishy he is, this would have been very scary if not for the fact that I have Najar and his taunt up and no one on the enemy team has status removal. So I think that was the moment where I just consider whether or not I quit, seriously, when Cyril dies. Because sometimes if my damage dealer goes down, and if the team has a chance to heal itself or something like that, or if I'm just fed up, I will quit. But I did manage to take Sophia down with tiles. So when that happens, I feel pretty happy. I feel pretty glad that I didn't quit. And taking down Alexander with tiles is not going to be a problem either. That's why I really wanted a red sniper, but wasn't to be. And I think that was quite a nail biter. So here's the next one, and I'm facing another swamp. Gwyn Martin is not as good as Nephra Martin, but can still be annoying. I think that yellow-purple teams are very interesting because I'm still figuring out how to beat them. I decided to bring my own Nephra and Martin because I don't know how this Arthur is built, and he can be a yellow tank killer. I've faced yellow Arthur in arena before, where he can take out both Nephra and Martin while they're soul linked, which is the moment I just that renders me speechless. But I was rather hoping that wouldn't happen, so I brought them just in case. But I wanted to bring Octavia to do some damage, and what I really liked about her in this battle is that she was able to land Assassin's Mark on Arthur, which really helped. And you can see just a few moments ago, Rogar also took him down. So Gwyn was gone with War Machines, Arthur was gone with the two attackers on the right hand side, Octavia and Rogar. And now I'm going for Martin. And there you go. Let's move to the next one. I was just cleaning up here, but I'm still a bit nervy about bringing 2 heroes, so I brought 3 just to be safe. And now moving on, this is my last battle. Facing this team again, and with really not the best heroes or the best war machines for this. I just felt like this tower needed addressing, and this team happened to be in it. So I brought Aurora, who is fast. I brought Strybog for speed lead. Cyril, again, doing the blue sniper role to take out Sophia. It's pretty clear that Raphael isn't going to one-shot anyone, but I was hoping that he could do a little bit of damage to Zarkon. But you see that this one, I'm going to tell you up front, doesn't go very well for me. Sacking blues against a green taunt hero when I don't have the war machines to get rid of Nephra is really a nightmare. So the situation here is pretty bad. My two snipers are down, and in a couple of seconds you're gonna see I'm actually going to quit. Could have quit already at this point, but I wait a few more seconds because I don't want Nephra to get tiles during her turn, and for her to start healing other people. Anyway, so as we draw to a close, I hope this was fun. It was a great war in terms of learning experience, so thank you to Warrior Den, and I'll see you guys next time.